Previously on Tomorrow's End.
Airbomb them.
Yeah.
Alternately, we could build a large wooden badger.
Oh, I like this plan.
Oh, please go on. Sir, please go on. I want to hear about this badger business.
And yes, in a game, we've just quoted Monty Python, so I guess that means we're done.
Yep.
So wrap
Pack
it up.
up. Go
Show's
home,
over.
everybody.
We're good.
We're over. We're done.
How did humanity get here? I just can't remember. The rest of the world didn't know why the end had come. They'd heard on the radio about an attack on the States by either Russia or China over dwindling resources. What we knew was that the world was going to end, and a crazy man named Morrows had a plan to save the world. Many teams were frozen in vaults deep underground, safely tucked away from all the bombs and nukes flying, and the asteroid that would finally end everything. They were supposed to wake up 25 years later and help pick up the pieces, but something went wrong, and everyone woke up a lot later, if they woke up at all. Cultists, criminals, madmen, they've been living and thriving through the radiation and destruction the entire time. Some good people also survived. They held on to hope by spreading stories. Stories about tomorrow's end.
So, how did it go with the delightful gentleman outside the gates?
Like shit on a stick?
Can I go shoot him in the head now?
No.
Damn it.
So what's the deal? What's he asking for outside of his mob-like protection of the town?
He just wants everything.
Oh, well, that seems easy enough. At least he's not greedy.
He wants us to turn over Lucy. He wants us to turn over you and Will.
Wait, he wants me and Will?
Yeah. And in the town. More especially some other things.
Cool, we're not doing that, right? Just to clarify? That's a no-go?
Well, that's why we're going to have a little
Hard
talk
pass?
here. Where's Ashcan at? Anybody know where he is?
You went
went
looking for wolves last I saw.
Yeah, he
So,
went following the wolves.
We got to talk.
Does he still have that radio on him?
Yes,
Yes.
he does.
Well, whether he'll answer it or not might be a question.
We can still keep him updated.
I'm going to
We
cue
can
up the
listen.
radio.
We can listen and see if he's got the key on his.
Well,
Well, you guys remember these radios ping locations.
Even
Yes.
if they're turned off,
Well, did you turn it off?
I would have gone after the wolves,
all right.
hunting them.
Oh, he would have
So-
too. Fuck. So again, that's a hard no, right, Doc?
I'd like to know how this guy knows a lot of stuff.
Did
So I've got some questions more than anything else, but before we start addressing lots of them, yes.
out of character unicorn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Poppy.
Didn't I was gonna say he said Poppy?
Oh, we pulled her
Correct.
goddamn fingernails
However,
out. Yeah.
there's other
Right, I figured.
there's other options here that we've got to figure out.
Like a mole.
Was,
No,
do you
Poppy,
think somebody
again, she
was actually
disappeared.
watching us down when we were in the...
No, I mean, again, it seems pretty straightforward, right? Like she's been gone. They had her.
Absolutely.
She had all of the information that they had. They didn't have any extra information outside of her time with us.
Right.
Aside from the fact that we had Lucy, but
Yeah, but we were in an area that probably was on camera.
right.
So
That's what I think. They were watching us while we were down in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave a couple of things alone, and at some point I'll have to readdress them. But my concern here is we spent too long here. Beats is a city, and it's a thing that we've addressed. You know, I'm going to point out to all of you, and I want you to understand that we're a science team. We don't have any protection. We've been trained, but we don't have any protection.
She pushed that button. Do you think anybody's coming?
Hard to say.
At this point right now, who cares if they do or not? If they do show, then we do have something. If they don't, well, we know we're on our own, right? So let me ask some real hard questions here. If we're on our own, what do you want to do?
Are you thinking of just like
What do you
up
want to
and walking
do?
away, like giving them beats and just?
What do you want to do?
I mean, that's a loaded question.
What do you want to do? It's not. It's pretty simple.
Survive.
Well, by whose definition?
The pulse one, where mine continues beating.
Fair enough. How about you, Will? You want to work for the other side?
Whoa, that's what you're asking? Fuck no. Fuck no.
Why not?
Fuck no.
Don't know what.
Because they're asking for Lucy. And you know what that tells me? They're working for the breeders that had her. You want us to go work for them? You can fuck right off with that idea.
Well, we know they're her direction. How about you, Will?
Well, like you said, we're a science team. What are we doing here? You know, we
What are
got
we doing
them. We got them set up, and they just got fucked.
Right.
These men in suits were coming around before we got
Exactly.
here.
Yeah,
they hadn't.
exactly.
This would have happened with or without us. They just
Yep.
brought more firepower because of us.
Yep.
The end result for Beats would have been the same. We now have the opportunity to change what that inevitable outcome would have been.
I have a question. Do we have the means to build Lucy another balloon and just let her
Easily.
go away?
Yep.
Yes, she
Easily.
keeps fighting me on it every time I bring up
Yeah,
the idea,
but-
but yes, easily.
That was getting hers fixed. We can't go back there and fix hers, but can we
Why
build
would
a
we
brand
need
new
to?
one?
We need canvas. We need fucking a blowtorch, and we can make it work. Like it's
There's
not
alcohol
a
for
difficult
fuel.
design.
Okay,
Hey,
well,
guy, you need to pipe in on this.
Like I said, I know the coordinates of a nice cabin up in Calgary.
I'm not saying no at this point, quite honestly.
build this balloon, get her the hell out of here, and we just leave.
Leave Beats to just get fucked with or without us. Right? I mean, hey, fuck, it was their inevitable outcome anyways. Right? That's just life out here.
You know, that's
Build
the
a better
thing.
world.
We
Fuck it.
brought this on
Not
them, so
necessarily.
maybe we
Did
need
we?
to fight it.
Did we bring this on them, though? Did we?
Yes, because we were here and we took notice.
They came here
yeah.
before us. They wanted that distillery before us. The only difference we brought now is that they also want Lucy. You know what? They were the ones who had the parlay with the wolves. They were the ones sending the wolves to attack the village to try and go, oh, with our protection, they won't attack you anymore. Just give us your distillery. Blah, blah, blah. That was going to happen with or without us. So we now have a choice. And it's not the choice of what do we do. The choice is, do we let these people, A, get slaughtered by fighting, B, I guess fight off this horde of new people, or C, oh, here you go, guys. You're out. Mob now owns you. Do as they say.
So
Those are kind of our choices, regardless of what we choose.
I'm gonna
D.
challenge everybody here on a couple of things. Now.
There's D.
What's your D? Raise it all to the ground?
Take the fight to them.
I think that's kind of B as well. Find some way to fight them off.
That's not fighting them off.
How many of us are engineers?
2.
Me, too?
We can outsmart them.
Oh, you can you?
Yep. However, they're one of the few people we've come across who are on a similar technological footing as us, which is slightly disconcerting. Outside of the megaphone, he had modern-day Humvees.
So there's a couple other options here, but we need to cover some ground here. This beat's going to be worse off if we walked away. I want you to think hard about that question.
They
Are
lose their
gonna-
freedom, but they keep their lives.
Or do they really lose their freedom?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, again, they are completely at the whims of these businessmen.
Right,
if they're
right,
not
right,
producing
right,
enough,
right.
people will get beaten or killed. If et cetera, et cetera.
So-
It's going to become 1920s mob prohibition era. Like
So,
that's what they're at.
So what's their life expectancy?
48 years.
So what did we do for them?
Extended it 3 years.
Isn't that what we do?
don't
Science
know.
team? As
See,
a
here's
physician, isn't it your job to extend whatever shitty life they have? If they get, an infection, are you just going to go, well, they were 41, so it was going to happen anyways. I'm not going to waste my, penicillin on this motherfucker.
Well, I'll challenge you back. Were you supposed to build a better world?
In theory.
Did you do it? You had
Nope.
6 months.
Yep, 6 months.
Did everybody remember my words? Did you get sold a bill of goods?
Yes, we know Morrow lied to us.
No, did you?
Yeah.
Ask yourself that. What kind of help you got right now?
You. The striker. Us.
So again, I ask you, what have we done for the people following that plan?
Kept them from getting continuing radiation poisoning. Got their stills back up into working order for at least the next 50 years.
I do believe that Alex taught a couple people to read.
Yep. You delivered at least 2 babies in that time. You guided an old man to his death.
So, did we do anything worthwhile?
I taught 5 people how to enjoy Canadian music.
No,
That
no,
doesn't
disservice.
count. In fact, we had
That's
to put
a
them out of their
punishment.
misery.
I mean, fuck. I mean, if that's not worthwhile, what the fuck else is in this world, you know? What else do we have outside of helping a handful of miserable people be slightly less miserable? Are we gonna fucking save the world? No. We're 5 people. What the fuck are we gonna do? But 5 people can help 20 people.
It's throwing a pebble in a pond. You make the ripple go out.
So, how do you feel about that, Will? How do you feel about what we've done?
Inadequate. We ain't done. But at the same time, you know, if we stay here, we're going to call down more problems on them.
Shouldn't the people of Beats have some sort of say in their future?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it
Yeah.
a little proud
It
to
basically-
assume that
yeah.
we are the ones to decide their
Absolutely.
fate?
Absolutely.
So, before we get there, how do you feel how you've done?
I don't know.
That's direct in.
I know. I mean, all right.
So, I've been watching you walk around here in that jumpsuit, busting your ass. Have you done a lot of good? Have you done a lot of good?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think so.
Okay. How about you, Charlie? You done a lot of good?
I've done a bit of good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have another idea.
No, I'm not looking at ideas. we're just talking right now.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've done a little bit of good.
Hey, what do you got for an idea?
So we take the blooner, we leave, but before we leave, we bust the fuck out of the stills so they don't have anything here to come for. And maybe they'll leave the people alone.
Destroy the entire industry of the town
That-
of Beats. You
yeah.
know they'll burn it to the ground in anger.
Yep. That doesn't
They're
necessarily
still going
help.
to slaughter every man, woman, and child here if we take away the one reason they had to keep these people alive.
Well, they're using slaves and what have you.
Breeders. Making more dogs.
They're already going to have the women as breeders.
We can't do that. You know that, right? We can't do that. If that's the choice I have to survive in this world, fuck no. I'll fight if I have to. I'm not going to become that person. I don't care what world I'm currently living in.
All right. Made some decisions, got some ideas.
All right, guy. Outsmart them. What are you talking about?
They said they're going to come back.
Yeah.
We could set traps.
You sure as fuck could. You know what? Then
Between both of you, couldn't you come up with high explosives?
I have something a little better.
here's the thing. They might have old world technology, but they have new world understanding of it.
That's some of the problem. They're
Some
also
of the
using
solution.
they're also using old world technology. Remember those 2 laser rifles that we found 6 months ago in the tomb
Sure do.
that I've been dicking with for the last 6 months?
Yeah, we had a problem with having what was it, the crystal?
Don't need it. I had no want to build them into lasers again. The power supplies in them are relatively easy to adapt into EMP weapons,
Now that's an idea.
which is what I was going to send out there.
Won't an EMP impact us?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So we won't have
Well,
sight.
no. If we're nowhere near it when it goes off, it doesn't have that far a reach.
Make it look like we rad. You know, I bet we could get some of the townspeople to play along with that idea.
You know what I miss?
And an
most?
EMP takes out their
What?
ability to communicate and all kinds of neat stuff.
What do you miss, Doc?
You miss having a dog or a cat.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
You ever?
Does Ash can count?
No, just that loyalty from something that just loves you for being alive.
Mm-hmm.
Do you sometimes think that people of Beats, they love you because you've brought something new to them. You've shown something different, and they're so scared that
You're never going to come home again.
yeah, you know. I always miss that moment when you open the damn door and the dog's going buck wild. Like you literally went out the door to check the mail. All right, I'm gonna lay down a plan here. So we're gonna drink this bottle here. About 250-year-old booze. After we finish this bottle up,
All right.
when we're done with that, I'll challenge this man to a duel. He gets his choice. So my options are simply this: alive or dead. You guys got to figure out what the hell you're gonna do afterwards.
You know you can't do that again so quickly.
Well, it's not about that. It's about
It's a little about that.
trying to get some things so that we can move forward. So, a number of years ago, I ran into a couple of characters. You key that mic up if I don't make it back. And the word you're looking for is Southern Cross Actual. They're not a Mars team. They're something different. But they'll be able to bring a lot of things to bear for you. So we're going to go out here, and whatever happens, you guys got to make contact.
Why don't we make that contact now?
But I have a sneaking suspicion they've got everything shut down electronically.
Yeah,
I feel it.
They're running.
Real deep.
They're running a jammer. That's not a big deal.
It's not a jammer that they're running. They're actually shutting down communications out there. But I'm gonna finish up here. So I end up, I come out back out of this bullshit whole or functioning. Then we can make some decisions that might affect Beats in its long term. If I don't, you got to make some real tough decisions. Beats is not the only community left. There's a lot of things we actually can do and accomplish. Or you can. But I think we need to really address it in smaller points.
If we leave the town to death, slavery, and rapists, what was the point?
No, I think ultimately what we need to do is, instead of trying to decide how we're going to save Beats, how we get out of Beats so that they can survive themselves.
Well, do we ask Beats, for their input too?
What's their input?
Yeah,
Save us?
probably not a lot.
Get out? Leave us?
Probably not a lot. Yeah.
What other are the options? I mean, seriously. Well, in a few hours I'm going to head out there and we're going to have ourselves a duel. The interesting part is...
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold the thought for a second. Tim,
Yes.
I'm checking that box for transmitters.
Roll.
That's going to be an electronics roll, right?
Yes, it is.
No, it's going to be an awareness.
I'm fucked either way. 96.
You are 100% certain that there's no transmitters in it.
Yeah.
Or a box.
Alex, I
6 successes.
got nothing.
Okay, Alex, describe to me what you're doing.
What I'm doing is I'm running my hands over the box, first of all looking for false bottoms within it.
Doing some measuring.
Doing some measuring. I'm also, I imagine we probably have something that picks
Yes,
up
we do.
electronic
Yep,
frequencies.
sure
I'm also
do.
going to run that over it.
Okay, when running the thing over the top, trying to look for frequencies doesn't give you anything. What happens is that you are messing around with it, and just as you went to set it down, a part of it slid, where then you can slide it further. There was a false bottom, and inside is a circuit board.
I take a look at Will. I show him the circuit board and go, wanna trace this?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Sure
I do.
do.
Yes, I do. Let's see if I can roll better this time, though. Well, that has potential. I just have to find it because I put it in a weird spot on my sheet. Oh, I missed it by 2. God damn it.
What would you be rolling for that? Would that be communications?
Electronics.
Communications.
Oh, is it? Wait.
Communications.
Wait. I am better communicate. 5 successes, motherfucker.
Well, in the analysis of the circuit board and what it's doing, this is a transponder. This is a location transponder, and it is transmitting at 4.2 gigahertz.
Question.
And from what you can tell, it's a patch antenna. The way it was designed, it is transmitting basically towards the sky.
Satellite. Fascinating.
Not necessarily.
Now, out of curiosity, do we want to use this to lay a trap of sorts now that we have a way for them to think they know where we are?
Well, that would be handy, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Sure would. I choose surprise option D. I choose fuck them, fuck their ultimatum. We're going to go our own way, like Frankie said.
Frankie said relax.
Don't do it.
You can go your own way.
Go your own way. Sorry. I like Frankie Goes to Hollywood better. Fuck
See,
you.
Here I was thinking I did it my way, but that's fine.
No. Hell
All
comes
right.
to Frogtown.
All out of bubblegum. So, Doc, you were saying.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go through with this duel.
How many hours did you give him?
He gave us his timeline.
What was his timeline? It's important for Will and I to know what the timeline is that
It's
we're working
on
on.
the paper
It is on
in
that
there.
note.
Put it on that paper.
What's the note
it
say?
It's in the box.
Is there a dick in this box?
Probably.
I drew little hearts over all of the eyes.
So, Tim, what's the timeline or time say for the exchange?
You have 72 hours.
Ah, that's better than I thought.
There are two military grid coordinates on this piece of paper. One is the delivery location. The other one is circled and says, if you doubt our resolve.
I bet that's where Poppy's body's going to be.
Or Ashcan.
Or Ashkin. Do we want to go check that out before we make any
Yes, we do.
further decisions?
Yes, we do.
Hey, Doc,
72 hours?
Doc, can I get some of that
72
bourbon
hours.
before we go?
The two coordinates, you give them to Guy. All right. The first coordinates for delivery, Guy looks them up,
That's Bay City.
Fuck that.
and the other set of coordinates are directly to the east from
How-
here. It is about, if you guys were driving the vehicle, it's about 4 hours out, which would be almost a couple of days' walk.
Are we leaving Ashcan behind?
Dude, pull
We
up
can-
a goddamn map, Tim, and look at 4 hours due east of where we are.
No, with you guys having to go 4 hours through all the woods and everything else, that would bring you to Deckerville. Basically right on the coast. Past Deckerville on the coast.
Port Huron?
It's north of that. The fuck is Deckerville?
Hold
All right,
on.
that gives
let me
us-
let me check my badge here. Oh right, I'm the game master. Oh, I forgot for a second. It's fucking that city is what it is.
Driving through the woods and everything towards the lake shore would take about 4 hours.
Hey, Will, that gives us some time. 8 hours there and back.
Quite a bit, yeah.
We can get a lot done.
But we got to get him to open the gate and let us roll right now.
And not only that, I want to pick up some ceramics from the still before we leave.
If we go out the gate, aren't they going to see us go out the gate?
Yes.
Wave
Yeah.
bye-bye and it'll be
They're
good.
also going to track us via transmitter. However, they're expecting us to go to that location to see exactly what it is they're threatening. They want us to go. They want to have the fanfare. You saw his pageantry. This is part of their plan. They're not going to stop us. There might be some sort of ambush. However, that's not the way he rolls because, quote-unquote, gentleman's honor will not allow that. We're going to be safe enough if we head there and head back. Again, they gave us 72 hours for a reason because they expect 8 of them to be taken up by our journey.
All right. Oh. We are all just sitting here quiet. So does that mean we're rolling now?
Is that what you guys want to do?
I'm looking up Deckerville.
I'd like some doc input before we make choices. Also, some of that.
Southern Cross Actual. This here's Doc.
This is Southern Cross Actual. Go ahead.
Southern Cross Actual. This is Doc.
Oh, if it isn't Mono 1. What you doing, Doc? Something on your mind?
We got a problem. We may need some help.
Really? Like financial? Like a math problem?
What we have is, got a little town, got a little problem. Looks like we got some breeders We got a down ballooner. They want her back. They want my engineer. They want our mechanic. And we ain't got no Mars team. So I'm calling in a long-lost favor.
Your signal is 5x5, Morrow 1. Forward your coordinates and we will be outbound immediately.
What if we have them meet us at the location of our...
We got a little location. What we're going to do is we're going to try to get you to where we need to be. A little dual celled up here. Like to get him in a little crossfire, if you know what I mean.
You need some friendly fire?
I, in fact, do.
Some hostile fire if we can get it.
I still want to shoot the fucker in the head.
Understood, Morrow 1. Moving into position now.
Check. We will check in within 24 hours.
Outstanding. Southern Cross out.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get help and fuck the DM.
And it wasn't even our fault.
For a change.
Oh, look, a new meteor.
That.
Just crushing
Wrong's fault.
everything.
Bodhi dies.
He got hit by a satellite? How the fuck did that even happen?
How'd you like that, Tim?
That even sounded like a radio transmission.
You and your clever ways of shooting people in the face. All of your team wants to go to one of the coordinates.
How many hours is it going to
Guy
take?
has given
8
you
total.
good coordinates. Figures it's going to be 8 hours total to get there and back.
I need.
You might find Poppy's
So
body
you guys
there.
could get there by the morning.
I need 10 hours of interrupted sleep.
Interrupted?
Uninterrupted.
Uninterrupted. Okay.
Do we leave you here?
No.
Okay.
Just
Leave him the fuck alone in the
leave
striker.
me be for a little.
Do you
I'm gonna
want-
go find a nice little cabin over here, and I'm gonna crash.
So we're going to wait for you to wake up before we go to the location?
I'd like you to.
Okay. I wanted to double check what our plan was before
Well, that
we,
means we're rolling a day at least.
do
That's
things.
something.
Well, that
Oh, yeah.
still gives us plenty of time to start getting to work.
Yep.
Well, you guys also have not slept in 2 days.
There's
Oh,
that
we really
too.
need
That's
to
the
sleep.
thing. Yeah, probably should
Do you
all take a
want,
nap.
Doc, do you want a mild sedative?
No.
Or a heavy sedative.
Yes.
No.
Hard pass.
do you want a punch in the head?
No.
I'm just offering.
You guys can get going by 7 in the morning. That'll give him 10 hours.
All right. How about we all go take a well-needed sleep?
As long as the wolves don't show up in the
Because,
middle of the
again, we're going to get to the point where the GM's going to start, like, rolling negatives on us because we haven't
Anybody?
slept.
night. This is how you
Go
wind
sleep.
up. This is how you wind up sleeping behind the wheel of a running car that's sitting against the post of a stoplight at 3:00 in the morning.
That only happened twice.
It's fine. He's our driver. We're cool.
I love how there's a long pause where everybody goes, "Wait, you actually did that, didn't you?"
Yeah.
Did we get Ashcan back, or are we leaving him here?
No, we left him a note because he can read.
Wait, did you come back overnight?
I would imagine so, and hopefully
Okay, then.
No.
dragging some fairly large wolf head with me.
Sweet.
Why would you bring it with you?
If it's
The
the
fur is
alpha,
good.
He's weird.
Oh, well, if it's the alpha,
Seriously.
fuck yeah.
Well, Ashcan consumes their brain so he can consume their soul and gain
knowledge.
power from this.
I didn't know we were playing like something in the Neolithic period. Or
My
Paleolithic
theories,
period.
my theories are finally coming to grips. Now, Ashcan is an Australopithecine.
Exactly. I was trying to come up
Hey,
with the right word
I
for
like
that. Did
the
you like
fur.
that?
Australopithecine.
I like the
I was
fur.
looking for that word.
We're
Yes.
going to keep the fur.
Astropithecine or Astropithecine?
See,
Is it a
I don't-
hard C or a soft
I don't
C?
know, but so I went with the American version. So, because it sounds cooler.
Temperature's nice. It's finally you get some rain. It hasn't rained in a while. It's just a light drizzle. And you guys are going to head out. You're going to head over to the second set of coordinates.
Yes, the our punishment for being do-gooders.
Deckersville.
Actually, with Guy being able to do some navigation, and your guys are luckily find a old road that isn't too bad, he's able to shave an hour off of the trip. What are you guys doing during the trip there?
All
And
right.
is Ashcan on the roof?
Yes.
I'm loading weapons, damn it.
I ain't doing
There's
shit,
a giant
apparently.
wolf head hanging off the striker, too.
Checking the satellite radio, all that shit.
Question, do we bring the tracker with us or do we leave it in Beats?
We probably take it with so they know that we actually went to their little...
I'm down with that.
Aren't you guys building things for us on the way there, or no?
Well, I rolled to do so, and apparently I'm not accomplishing shit.
Yes, Tim.
However, I imagine with a
Did you say what
4
I think you're saying?
Which thing did you think I said?
Did you just say that you're going to check frequencies, specifically
sure
frequency?
did.
All right, I need you to roll awareness, and I'm abusing like normal awareness. I want you to be aware of other information that you've been told like 16 different times.
I got a 36 out of a 56.
Hey, this frequency is interesting to you because it matches a number that you guys found in the diary that you also found back in the church down in the bolt hole.
The 42 gigahertz frequency or a different one?
The same frequency.
Hey, look at our GM trying to pull all of our plot points together.
I've been throwing these in front of you guys left and right, and everybody's like, yeah, whatever, let's go kill this.
No, I keep remembering. I just can't put
Killing
fucking two and two
things
together
is
what it's
fun.
for because I got other shit I got to keep track of in my head so I forget gaming.
Okay. Well, the frequency matches on all of them, and then remember that there was another set of numbers.
And what did the other set of numbers correspond to?
While you were looking at it, you pulled the information up. You realized what that is it's a data set. The data set to tell you an orbit.
As in a satellite orbit.
I said satellite, and
you
everyone's
did.
like,
You
no,
did.
no, maybe
You
not a
said satellite.
satellite. meh.
All right, so we'll check the satellite.
All right. Yes, you can. You have the information, and it actually has it in there. This is an old NOAA weather satellite. This old NOAA weather satellite, if you look up the database, is one of the few that's up there that was not owned by Morrow Industries or built by Morrow Industries. This was built by a different company, and it only makes certain passes every 2 hours.
Is there any information in regards to that specific satellite in our tablet a la the Library of Congress?
Yes, there is.
Interesting.
It's
What
Galaxy
would you
15,
like to
isn't
know
it?
about it?
Who made it?
Nice.
Who made it? There is a small company that was owned by a couple of software billionaires.
Who are? Anybody we know?
Mark McGrath IV. He started 3 of the largest software companies. He was a recluse for most of the 90s and on. Where he has been hiding, nobody really knows. There is information in there that he owns a large amount of land in Milwaukee, Minnesota, Canada, all northern United States.
And
Salawat
Michigan?
K.
There does not show any information for that, but he had a large number of companies that he did things through.
Out of curiosity, are any of those company names similar to the research facility that I did find the company name for eventually?
Ding.
No, but he did own 3 pharmaceutical companies and 1 company that did genetics.
I'm going to pull up the laptop data that we had downloaded from the research facility while we were there, and I'm going to cross-reference the different companies that were exported to and imported to from
Wow.
that facility.
What about the place Poppy was hiding out in? That was a chemical company.
Yeah, but that was like long gone.
Yeah.
I mean, we can
but-
check. Sure.
But just on the
All right, and that place too.
Give me a roll.
96. Oh, wait, 69.
Everybody loves that number.
79. Not so good.
Yeah.
All right.
That's not
The
good.
only thing that you're finding a connection is you didn't get any information in your data, but you remember seeing something that was about a cartage company, a delivery company. He owned that.
As in the delivery company truck that was sitting against the door?
Bingo. So you have more information. This satellite will be up on the horizon in 25 minutes.
So
It
we'll
will.
ping it when it goes over.
Well, question. The suits have been blocking our frequencies on the ground,
Right.
and they seem to be transmitting using this satellite.
Possibly.
Right.
Which would only work when it's overhead.
Well, sure, but once it gets overhead, would we be able to triangulate their position via that satellite?
Strangely enough, that was one of the things I was going to try and do.
And then can we jam it so that they can't communicate anymore?
I don't necessarily want to jam
better.
it yet.
Why not? Why jam it? Would we could confuse it?
Well, that's more interesting.
I'm saying.
Because one of the things we have in the laptops is a whole lot of fucking viruses.
When you arrive, basically, is when the satellite pass is going to happen.
All right.
I don't want to infect the entire satellite because
No. We're not going to do that right away. That's a down the road thing.
Well, because I think we could use this satellite if we are able to commandeer it. That's far more useful.
Did you guys build what we needed?
Calm down.
A while
What were
ago.
you doing during that time? Calm down. Leave us to do
Loading
our
guns
shit.
so I can shoot that fucker in the head.
That was one of the things I was building in the 6-month period when Tim asked what we were doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm building a pair of fucking EMP weapons.
Okay.
All right.
Only use once.
Of course, we
Okay.
don't know
Still
if they're going
gonna
to work
shoot that
until we
fucker in
actually
the head.
roll. So.
All right. When you guys finally arrive, you go around the corner and you see the lake, and it looks pristine as ever. Through all the trees, you see what looks like the wooden wall of a town, very much like Beats, except as you approach further closer, it's very burned, blackened. And as you get finally around to the front of it, you see that most of it is burned, and there's a ton of what's left of the homes and buildings are nothing more than just sticks. And there is an old man there.
Looks like the suits have been here before. And this is the old man alive?
Yeah.
Huh. Should we go parlay with that old man team?
He's like poking through, wandering and poking through things.
You're all staring at me like I got to go do this.
No,
I
You
pointed at the
said it.
psychologist.
You started moving, and that's why I looked up.
Not it.
Scanning for any other movement or
Not it.
people about.
Oh, Ashcan, while you're looking around, you're looking at everything, and then you start looking into the trees, and you realize the trees don't look right until you notice that those are burned bodies that are hanging from the trees.
Oh, imagine this place stinks.
I smell barbecue. Where the fuck are we?
Okay, I kind of just threw up a little in my mouth when you said that. So I guess it's up to me to go talk to the old man, ain't it?
Smoked
Malcolm,
pulled pork.
Once the vehicle
Okay.
slows down a little bit, I'm going to hop off and start to
Smoking
check the
links.
bodies.
When you guys stop and the doors start opening, Ashcan slides off and he goes over and starts looking at the bodies. Ashcan, you notice that the bodies are tied up odd to you. Why they're upside down, and they're tied to boards holding their arms out straight to their to the left and to the right. They're making upside down T's.
what kind of...
How many of them?
All right. So our preacher suit friends reverse crucified these... Okay.
That is a crucifix of Saint.
Matthew.
Figure
four.
Isn't it
I had this a little
Matthew?
bit ago. I no, it starts with a C.
How many of them
Cecil?
are there, Tim?
About 50 of them. They're all male and older.
So the women got taken by the breeders, I bet.
Are there any standing buildings or no?
Yep.
No, everything is burned to the ground. The only thing that you see is this old man shuffling around. He's got a stick and he's poking through, going from building to building.
Guy, hit the database. Is there a cache right here somewhere?
While Guy checks, Charlie and I are going to approach the old man.
Not one of ours.
Oh, God. Fire. So big.
What happened here?
Fire.
What are you looking for?
So big. Anything.
Who made the fires?
Man from somewhere. I don't.
Were they well-dressed men? They talk funny?
I don't remember.
How
The
long has it been
words they
since
use.
you've had water or food?
I don't know.
Let's go back and get him some water and some food.
And pull out a water skin, some crackers. Hey, man. Here you
They
go.
wore black.
Tell us more about that as we hand him the water skin. This'll help.
He just holds it. Just looks at it.
I mime to him to put it to his lips and tip up. It's water.
He ignores you.
All right. Take back that water skin if
Die
he's
of
not going to drink out of it.
dehydration.
Why am I the only one left?
Did they give you a message?
They were through things that made fire, but it was bright, like lightning, but made of
flash
fire.
grenades.
And
No,
frag grenades.
they were stuck to things, like liquid fire.
Oh. I don't
Well,
know what those things are called, but yes, I know.
Stuck things like liquid fire, bright
Oh,
flashes.
White phosphorus.
Thank you.
Metal beasts, great carriages with no horses.
Or were they like our vehicle?
They took the children and the women. I tried to stop them, but
No, there's no way you could have stopped them. We know who you're talking about.
they didn't even have the decency to kill me. They left me to remember.
Had fun.
So you're caught up. They had white phosphorus, by the way.
Alright, so we got basically just a shithole currently, right?
We've got the future of beats if we don't comply.
Comply to what?
Their demands. This is the message I assume they were sending us. Subtle,
Yeah,
of
it
course,
pretty
as everything
much
they've
is.
done so far.
When the satellite rolls over,
Yes.
what do we get?
Oh, you want information. All right, you catch the beacon immediately. It starts transmitting, and yes, the satellite is up there. Are you going to try to connect to it and see what you can get?
Sure am.
Computer hacking skills.
Oh, what,
Viva la
rolling.
revolution.
what the fuck is that actually under?
Computers, yeah. Computer technology.
Oh, it's
Yep.
technology.
And I get to
That's
roll
what-
against
I've got
you.
that
'cause
if you
that's
don't
That's why I
have-
defenses.
can't find it.
I've got computer
Why
technology
don't
if you don't
do that?
have
Because
it.
mine's like kind of craptastic.
Or successes. Actually, right on the nose. 45 out of 45.
Okay, you have a login. It's looking for information to try to get. You need to get access. You've got 10 minutes before you lose signal.
In the journal we have, I believe there is a login
I'm going to search through that journal for the login information.
where we got the coordinates
Okay.
from.
Indeed.
Yep, that login is. You have a command prompt.
Welcome. You've got mail.
You're in.
What do we want to do to this bitch? Oh,
List.
nice.
List.
All right.
You know.
All right.
right.
I want to check for all the nodes that are pinging off of this satellite.
Ah, something specific. It is currently tracking 6 nodes.
6? That's more than I anticipated.
Yeah, same.
All right. Are we able to trace back the location to see if any of them are within a, say, 50-mile radius?
Okay, you pull all the information for all the nodes, and then you find that you can pull basically coordinates being reported from each node. Node 1 is giving you a set of coordinates. So let's say you don't have time to cross-reference this stuff.
That's fine.
We'll
So
save
you've got,
it.
let's see, how many nodes can you get? You can get 3 nodes. So you've got all the information for 3 nodes.
Okay.
You just had an error pop up on the screen.
What sort of error? User error or, like...
What you can tell someone is actively trying to knock you out.
Ooh.
So I need another computer roll.
Oh, okay. 43 out of 44. 5.
Unfortunately, that was not enough. They rolled 44, which would be
You
8 successes. You have been kicked out.
Goodbye.
Well, at least we
Dropped
got 3.
off. It says disconnected.
Well, it also tells us that they're actively using it.
Not only using it, but monitoring it.
Okay, you
Good. I
have
hope we made them nervous.
3. You have 3 coordinates.
I want to track the GPS locations on those. 21 to do so.
The first coordinate, when you put it into the system, is in Minnesota. The second one is north of you, about basically halfway between where you are and where the bridge, Mackinac Bridge, would be.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one is exactly where you are.
Interesting. And I'm assuming that's not us.
No, that is us. That's that.
It could be.
transponder.
You're not sure.
All right. I want the one that's directly on our location. I want to basically check it against our current equipment to see if it's pinging off of the same, I don't know, IP,
Okay.
whatever the fuck communications you use. I don't know. My character has that shit. I don't. She gets a 22, though. Oh!
You got 2 6. Oh, you got
That's
4
Four
successes.
exceptional successes, thank you.
The location is not exactly where you are. It is 150 meters to the west.
I'm going to communicate this to everybody in the party, and I'm going to grab one of our M6s and direct Guy to that location.
Straight across where this village used to be. It's in the woods.
Perfect. Let's trace it. We're going there. On
Okay.
foot. And I'm having Ashcan, if he is so inclined, flanking us in the woods to make sure that there's nothing coming after us.
Okay. Ashcan.
Yeah.
Roll tracking.
Things I don't have for 200, Tim.
I know, right? That's why he said Ashcan, not you.
I actually do have tracking. I have hunt
6
tracking.
successes.
Damn.
You have 6 successes. There is someone here. It's human. They know what they're doing. They are wearing modern boots, like the rest of your team.
I'm going to go hunting.
To Morrow's End is played with the Morrow Project version 4.0 game system, available from Timeline Ltd at www.timelineltd.com. We also use with permission the ambient sound collection from tabletopaudio.com. Check them out for a ton of ambient soundscapes for your tabletop RPG sessions. Until next time,